Hey, welcome again to another video here at Pop's Block Shop. The Ask the Questions to Pop's Block Shop number 5. I guess I'm that person. I'm the shop. But before we get into it, we have a special announcement from another Bricklink seller that if you're waiting on some Bricklink orders, this might explain it for you.
Hey, I'm Big B, and I thought I'd take a minute during this record time of Bricklink sales and orders to answer a couple questions for you. Yes, I did know that every single AFOL in the world is currently at home and working on projects that they haven't had time for recently. What's that? Yes, I did receive your order. Yes, if the payment came out of your account, then yes, I did receive your payment. Yes, I will be shipping your order soon, as chronologically as possible with all the other orders that are being placed currently around the world. No, I cannot prioritize your order because you currently have time to work on this project that you haven't had a lot of time to work on before. Every other person does too. It wouldn't be fair. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like you. It's just that it wouldn't be fair to others. What's that? Yes, this is satirical. Oh, and thank you. I like my shirt too.
So, yeah, so if you want to see that, it's on Big B Bricks Instagram. I ran across that the other day. I thought it was pretty funny. Just funny. Being a seller, I mean, I had a ton of orders and I worked until they were done. I'm sure he's doing the same thing and he can't even get them out in one day. So someday I might be there. So question number 1, how do you ship 1 or 2 minifigures out to the USA, especially on the packaging? A shipping tutorial would be awesome. I'll do a little clip here. It's pretty basic what I do. There's nothing really special about it. You know, bigger packages require just more things, but take a look. Alright, so this is regarding the minifig. How do I ship minifigs out? 1 or 2? Let me, if I have 2, what I'll usually do, I'll just put 2 in the same, well, I have a separate bag of 1 in there. Sometimes I put 3 like that, but if not, I have different sized bags that this will probably fit at least 8, or I'll get a Ziploc bag if it's more than that, a bigger bag, things like that. But all I do it, I'm usually doing it two-handed, so it's a lot faster. Roll that up, tape it, and then I always have a label already printed with the buyer information, and I tape that to it. Just like that. We'll pretend there's address. This is a real label. Put that on there. Put that in. Seal it. It's done. It's as simple as that. One little piece of... I cut bubble wrap into 3 to 4 pieces per minifig. So I'll use, like this one, I could use that for up to 4 minifigures. For eBay specifically, because I get a lot of single eBay, minifigure orders on there. Bricklink's a whole other animal. Usually I'm using 1 to 2 sheets for a lot of orders if they're bigger. Sometimes 4 sheets. I think I've used up to 4 sheets the way I do it. So you just gotta. I go through probably a roll of bubble wrap, or I buy it 700 feet at a time, and I go through it. Every 2 months, probably. I go through 2 rolls a month, typically. So, and then question number 1B: do you have any tips for streamlining postage label printing in PayPal? The first question was from Turkart, and then this question's from Chip H. So PayPal is pretty simple, basic, I guess. There's not much to it. So let me just show you a clip here on where to go to show you how to do that. So there's an option here in PayPal where it says print labels in bulk. You want to use that option. And for anything paid that's pending shipping that PayPal doesn't believe is shipped, will show up in the next screen. And then there's also on that screen a FAQ on how to use it. It's pretty simple. Also, when you get all the weights and everything and make payment on the print your label screen, there's actually a the scan form for the post office that you can print as well, and that is a great tool. You know, sometimes I'm printing 15 items, and instead of the mail person scanning all 15, if they just have to scan the form, it scans them all. So that is something you should definitely do if you're getting a lot. Usually if it's under 5, I don't print that form. I just say whatever. But yeah, that's PayPal is kind of difficult to streamline. But this is definitely your best friend. It's definitely not easy like eBay. There's not much more I can really say on it other than, yeah, it takes a little longer, but that's PayPal for you. All right, question number 2. I was wondering, how do you find clearance deals? Do you check different stores like Walmart periodically, or is there a way to see what's actually on clearance in a store? I thought I saw in a video once you drove 1.5 hours leaving early in the morning to go to a store for clearance, and I can't imagine you went on a whim. From Ryan A. Walmart has clearance. I'll just start with that. Usually that's where I go for all my clearance. If I'm on Instagram, I see other things where other places might be having it. That's how I find out about that. I follow a ton of people on Instagram, and they'll say when their clearance is, what they're finding. So it's a good place to go. But after Christmas and in July, usually around July or late June, Walmart has what they call a reset of all their toy aisles, and they clearance almost every Lego set. I'd say about 70 to 80% of them. And if you go to walmart.com and just keep track of the sets that you think might go on clearance, or you're hearing or seeing going on clearance, you can go to your store and it'll tell you the price at your store on walmart.com, or maybe it's in the app. One of the two shows it better. Always when you're at Walmart, have your app on your phone, your smartphone handy, and scan sets. And sometimes the prices are different. And just check sites often. There's one site, it's called Brickseek, BRICKSEEK.com. You just plug in the Lego set number, and it'll tell you inventory per store. I think it just pulls it from most stores' websites like Target and Walmart, because most of those stores will tell you what inventory they have. But you can, if you see sets going on clearance you're hearing of, you can check it, just put zip codes in, and it'll tell you it can have a list of all the stores near that zip code, how many sets that there are there, and what their current price is. And it's pretty accurate as far as I know. But some, I had this situation with the Iron Man polybag last Easter. It said there was like 40 of them at my store, and I went every few days for like 2 weeks, never got any, because they were lumped in with all the other polybags, like the Minecraft Steve Creeper one and the Duplo Duck one and all these other. Someone explained that to me after like the 5th time I went there, that we have 40, but that's combining with these 4 other polybags. I'm like, oh, okay. Didn't help, but sometimes it's not accurate. But yeah, I didn't go on a whim. I went to my Walmart that time and got a ton of stuff, and then I drove an hour and a half north because I went online and saw that they had the same prices for their sets, and it was even more rural, and they had a ton of stuff. I should have bought more. Like they had fire. They only had like 2 or 3 of each of the police departments and the fire department sets, and I don't like large sets, but I change my mind on that all the time. Anyway, question number 3. How do you determine the cost of goods sold if you buy in bulk and sell per part or minifigure? Do you track cost of goods per every part or minifigure purchase? I see Bad Cali. That's from the questions from. Again, like I said in the last one, that's a tax question. I'm not a accountant. If I have questions like that, I do bounce them off my accountant. I'll just give you some general information. I use the cash method, where you can deduct your inventory when you purchase it, and then you subtract your inventory at the end of the year of that. So basically you get taxed on your inventory that you have left minus what you had at the end of the previous year. Yeah, it's very confusing unless you're doing it. I do have a book that I purchased, 475 tax deductions. It's an A through Z guide. It was like $20. It's a brand new edition in 2019, because they keep updating it to make sure that you have it right. And here's a page out of it. All right, question number 4. Do you count pieces when parting out sets? From Bricklink Mox. No, I would never do that, honestly. Unless maybe polybags if they think they're open or something. If something seems incorrect or ripped, I would definitely count them. But most boxed new sets that are sealed when I get them, I would never count them. Used parts, used sets, definitely. I go through each part, make sure it's correct, because usually you're only doing one set anyway. I would think most people do not even count them. That's very time consuming, and Bricklink is hard enough to be a seller as it is, and time is what you need most. And to do that, say I have 8,000 parts, that would probably take me over an hour, probably longer. Probably 2 extra hours in parting out a set. That is this time I don't have. I mean, if it comes to it, I know, yeah, like, you know, Lego can mess up. It's rare. I mean, I think it's very rare to have Lego mess up on the count of parts in a set. Honestly, very rare. And this, I could be wrong, but I've never had trouble. I mean, sometimes, obviously, being a Bricklink seller, if you want to have a perfect, never have any parts missing, it's very difficult in an order. You know, there's at least 2, 3, 4, 5 times a month that's something I can't find. Have to give a small, it's usually under $1 refund. It's not very much. People should understand that there's no perfect stores. I mean, unless you're spending way too much time, you know, auditing your own inventory every week or every month to make sure it's correct. But it's, you know, if you got time to do it, definitely. I like having organization, knowing that everything is correct. I wish I didn't have to. There was no mistakes that could happen. But my time is just more. I need more time. Question number 5. What is your favorite theme? From Scrooge Drum ZXIX. It's probably a Roman numeral, but I don't know it. Definitely Lord of the Rings. I grew up watching it. Or not watching it. I read all the books. And you know, if I wanted to collect something, I would probably try to collect all of them. I really hope they make more of them. I don't know what else they could make. My phone is ringing, and I don't know. It's just something that I remember from my childhood. I never had any Lord of the Rings set. Again, I never had any Lego sets other than some old pirate sets when I was 9, 10, 11, and I never got any after that, probably. So I'm, you know, less than 5 years into this Lego journey for sure. It's one thing about Lord of the Rings, a lot of the short legs, or anything with short legs, you find a lot of cracked torsos. So when you're trying to buy those up, be careful. Just expect some to be cracked unless the person is saying that they were just displayed. But you can't always trust that. But short legs equal more cracked torsos. It puts more stress on the torso, I'm pretty sure is what happens, or something of that nature. So, question number 6. I have a small Bricklink store and I seem to be investing a lot in stack-ons. Is there a certain lot size that I need so I don't have to invest as much anymore? That's from Dutchy Bricks. Well, each space is unique to each seller. You know, you got to find out what works for you. I can show you what I use and what works for me. Here I'll just do a clip and show you how I store some things, give you a better idea, to useful tips on how you can store to have more space. Okay, so if you watch this channel, you know about this wall here. Turn on the light. I specifically chose these ones. These are at Menards. They are made in Canada. They used to be called Holt, I think, but now they're the same exact ones, but they are called Tough Store now. And they will ship them, and they come in, I think these are 43 drawers, and then they stopped making the 37. I think they make 43, and these are 33. Those are the two I like. There's smaller ones, but are these 23? That's 5, yeah, 23, and then there's actually, what's this one, 18. Right, no, 17, which, yeah, they have these still. So anyway, the reason I want these is because they have 3 sections. The dividers don't work the greatest, they're kind of flimsy. When some of these drawers are not molded right, the dividers don't stay in there very good. I want to do harder plexiglass at this someday. I might do that, change some of these or get some, and once I run out of the ones I have, the dividers I have. And the situation is like this. Look, there's, even though some of these torsos are in with the other ones, it doesn't matter. All I know is that when I sell something, it tells me to go to this drawer. Whether it's in here or here or here, it's still in there. So I don't mind mingling the parts like that. Just don't put two common parts that you couldn't tell without specifically looking at them, you know, really up close to make sure, because I know exactly that's a red torso and the tan torso. There's no mistaking that. And these are my used parts. I don't really divide these. I put, you know, 10, 20 different elements in here, things like that together. And when it gets too full, I think I showed this on my last video. Hey, what are you doing? When it gets too full, like this, and I'm trying to dig in there, that's why I have these trays. It is, they sell them on Amazon, Easy Sorter. Just look up Easy Sorter, made by Turco Company. There you go. Anyway, just dump them in there. I pick out what I need, and then it's got the nice little spout. And I messed that one up. Anyway, and it goes right back in there instead of like trying to pick it all up and throw it back in there. So there's that. So that, I definitely love these. I got these at Walmart. It's kind of for bigger stuff. It's not the best situation. I usually put just bigger plates or bigger, longer pieces in there. They don't get moved around too much. But these, I think, were $12 each, or maybe $15. I don't remember. Still have some room there. These I'm not going to be using anymore. I'll probably either do these, because I just got these for the Duplo. I don't plan on selling a lot of Duplo. These eventually all will be just the Duplo section. Probably that's all I should need. This was one of my original things I used, and it's almost empty. I'm trying to empty it out. That's empty. These are almost empty. I definitely love these. These are my favorite thing. I'm starting to take these upstairs and part out used sets into these little bins. Those two are empty. I'm using now, and I do have to get another one for my build your own minifigure stand. For Brick World and stuff. And those are just minifigures in there, almost empty. Gonna get those out of there. And then, the shoe boxes. That's what I have these for, larger items and larger quantity. Used, new. Eventually, this is gonna go down to here. It'll look the same down there, and all this stuff will be gone. Same for this. I'll move these probably up at least, so that it goes down, and then these will be moved out of there once I part all that used stuff out. So again, whatever works for you. I definitely recommend these because of the three. I can sort them out 3 times. But I do like. So this is the original things I've gotten. These are the Acro mills that you see a lot of people use. I like them because they're built better plastic. The dividers are a lot more strong. They're more strong, but again, you don't get as much room by dividing it twice. All these are only just one divider there, but honestly, if I had to start over, I may use them. They are more expensive. That's another thing about the other ones. They were a lot less expensive. So, and then I just use whatever containers for bigger stuff, things like that. Well, thanks again for watching. Like doing these videos. Appreciate the questions. I think I got over 10 questions on the last one. So currently I have some questions pending that I'll post right now. So yeah, what is there? I'm looking at the sheet. There's probably 10 questions. I answered 7 today. I had 19, so 12 questions there should be left. For the next video, I'll try to do at least a third of the questions that I have. That's what I tried to do today. So I don't have a huge list running. I thought I'd do 5 a day, 5 each video, but if it has to be more, it has to be more. I'll try to do 6, 7, 8 if I need to. So definitely ask the questions. If you want more details on certain questions, I'll try to get those next week's, or in 2 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks. I'm gonna do an overview of taking minifigure pictures from my eBay store. Go over a question how to find cheap sets to resell using Bricklink, things like that. So if you're interested in this, definitely subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram. We do some stuff there. We do the stories on the weekend more, and then we have another vlog coming out most every other Friday. We try to do it Friday or Monday. So all right, see you later.